All right, for the long bridge, we're in a more extended foot position than your traditional bridge, and that's to target the hamstring. So if I'm back closer to my hips, it's more glute and quad oriented, and the further my feet get away from me, the more hamstring oriented it's going to be. Now, what we're going to do here is make sure that we're not reaching so far that we can't keep the cues in place that I'm going to go over. So if you have to start somewhat close, work your way further over time, inch your feet away as you get better at this movement. So from this position, most importantly, take a hand to where the big belt buckle would be if you were from Texas. Make sure that belt buckle is not pointed forward and we're lightly tucking it back, snugging the low back against the floor. Now we want to keep that tucked throughout the entire bridge if possible. And also, real quick, we want the feet pretty close together, not too wide. So about where your running gait would be, or something like this, not too wide. So again, belt buckle back. Don't let the belt buckle or pelvic position break. We're going to point the toes up to the ceiling, coming off of our ball of our foot into our heels. If this is uncomfortable, you can also get away with flat-footed version of this. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you can comfortably bring the feet back up, we will. Tuck the pelvis, and we'll lift up till we feel those hamstrings and glutes really fire. So here we're just going to do that 5-breath hold. Big, slow, low nasal inhale down into the belly. Then it comes up into the ribs like you're filling an air mattress from the bottom to the top. Exhale, fog a mirror at the back of the throat. Get all the air out so you feel your torso kind of shrink a little bit. If you can keep the pelvic tucked and it's not going to burn you out after 5 breaths, we would reach a little further. Make sure there's equal weight in both heels. We'll do 5 breaths here. If this is still pretty easy, you could take your hands down to the floor, lightly press in, and you could start to march back and forth as long as there's no rotation in the hips. So if the 5 breaths from the neutral position again is too easy, hands down. We'll do a march without rotation at the hips. And you can also touch your hips to make sure we're not doing anything like that. So if you are going to progress to the march, make sure that your belt buckle stays pointed straight to the ceiling.